Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another ABS Daily News with your hockey coach, your coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 177. What you have on the menu, coach, today? First of all, guys, we have a lot. First, we're going to talk about trade bait for the Montreal Canadiens. Then, three surprise players since the beginning of the season. I'm going to bring you back on the whiteboard. I'm going to show to you how this happening, the goal of Mike HOFFMAN against the Detroit Red Wings finally. Preview game between the Pittsburgh and the Montreal Canadiens by numbers. So let's dive in talking about the first subject of the day. First subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens trade bait. I have a couple of players for you. Let's starting with Josh Anderson. First, Josh struggled a lot since the beginning of the season. And not only the season, since he's with Martin Saint-Louis. Martin Saint-Louis tried to transform him to understand it's not always good to go fast. Something is better to go slower, but at the same time, you fast the game better. My point to you is Martin Saint-Louis explained to the reporter yesterday on the press conference, said the fact like Anderson tried to transform his game is maybe a little bit sometime thinking too much, and he should less thinking and let it go the game and play his game inside the game. And I think Josh Anderson need to understand what Martin Saint-Louis tried to explain to him. This gave me a little bit red flag. First of all, is 12 game, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, 17 shot on the goal. Secondly, I would say to you, he played with Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. Does not work. Then he tries second line, does not work with DVORAK and GRENIER. Now he's going to be with Monahan, possibly that enough or Drouin against the Pittsburgh Penguins. But at the end of the day, guys, he carried another 5 years contract at $5.5 million per year. Barely is going to score 20 goals per season. Yes, he's a unicorn. He's a really strong power forward, body check. He can fight. He can bring some kind of quality of physicality of the game. But I'm not sure is he fit on the concept of Martin Saint-Louis. My next player, guys, I want to talk about is Sean Monahan, become a UFA. Some rumor is possibly the Colorado Avalanche could looking for add a new center in the future before the end of the trade deadline this season. I think Monahan could become a player where could fit very well with the Colorado Avalanche. We know he's a smart hockey player. He has a great vision. Maybe not fast, but he understands the game very well. And with better winger like he has right now with Dadonov and Drouin, I think he could possess a bit more. Unfortunately, right now in 14 games, he have only 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. That's not bad. It's honestly 0.5 point per game. But his face-off percentage guy is 54.7. He play on the PK. Sometimes he play on power play. I believe he could become a good asset for the Colorado Avalanche if they want to add a new players at the level like Sean Monahan. My another player I want to talk about, guys, is Christian DVORAK. Listen, DVORAK is the same style of the Sean Monahan, a little bit younger, and he carry on a lower contract at $4.5 million. He still have 1 more year after the upcoming season, next season. He has so far 14 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Exactly the same number face-off like Monahan. Again, he play on both special team, power play, PK. He have 3 goals in the same game, I understand. But what he bring on the table, I think could become a good fit for Sven team in NHL. Not necessarily Colorado. I think a team little bit have more depth on the center position, and they are going to be on the playoff. Could have a Christian DVORAK could become a second or the third center for any team who want to play in the playoff 2022-2023, and it could become a good asset for the Montreal Canadiens to trade at some point. Finally, my last one I want to talk about, guys, is Joel Edmondson. Struggles since he's back in the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. In 4 games, 3 of them, it was really difficult for him. I understand he is not in shape yet. He tried to catch up a 6 week in front of him compared to other players in NHL. But he's still carrying only 1 more year next season at $3.5 million. He's a great defenseman, 6'4", 220 pounds. During the playoff is again another second pairing defenseman you can add on your roster if you make the playoff. Then if you are really deep, you can add him on the third pairing. Montreal could maybe thinking. The reason why I said that, because honestly, we are really surprised that all the rookies from the Montreal Canadiens, plus Kovacevic, since they played since the beginning of the season. Mike Madison's coming back now in the lineup. So at some point, Montreal need to figure out something. And I think it could become another plus when Montreal could trade in the next couple of weeks or month to get something in return. And that's conclude, guys, my first subject, trade bait. Let's move on now, guys. So the second subject of the day. My next subject, guys, is about the three big surprise for the Montreal Canadiens. First, I believe Samuel Montembeault is really the biggest one so far since the beginning of the season for the Montreal Canadiens. Look, the beginning of the season, and 5 versus 5, Montembeault have a 1.98 goal against average and a .939 save percentage, which is good for the 9 overall in the league among the all goaltender stat a minimum of 2 start in NHL. Then Montembeault is not done yet. Montembeault has also saved 5.5 goal above expected, which places him 10 goaltender in the league. Right now, I'm going to show you a different graphic at the end of this video. He played above my expectations since the beginning of the season. Without him, Montreal could have not have this record he has right now. And we have to give credit for Montembeault. Compared last season, is a little bit another different goaltender. More confident, more consistency. He is more square, fight the puck a lot. He track well the puck, control his rebound, and his T-push is so much better. I believe right now for me is really my number one big surprise since the beginning of the season. My number two, guys, is Jonathan Kovacevic. Listen, we claim him from the waiver wire a couple of weeks ago from the Winnipeg Jets. He became one of the best right defenseman for Montreal Canadiens as a pairing with Jordan Harris. Both of them have an amazing, great analytic number underlying. We talk all the time. Kovacevic so far for me is the revelation for the Montreal Canadiens since the beginning of the season. We have to give credit for what he brings on the table. Kovacevic at 5 versus 5 lead all the Canadian defensemen in the shot share, goal share, expected goal share, high danger shot share, and the high danger goal. Bingo, guys. I just said earlier, he dominates in many categories on the analytics, and that's what you got for Jonathan Kovacevic. Let's move on now for my number three biggest surprise for the Montreal Canadiens. And I have to go with Kirby Dach, guys. Dach is unbelievable since he played the last 6 games with the Nick and Cole Caulfield. The top line have generated a penalty of 7 high danger chance at 5 versus 5, while also allowing the opponent to take 27 high danger shot, which result in a disappointment 20.6% control of the quality chance. With that, guys, now, the line has made an even control of high danger chance, which has pushed the expected goal for percentage or XGF percentage from 33.9 to 50.3. Unbelievable what Kirby Dach bring on that line. Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki, and we have to give credit for that. We know we trade for him as a center, but right now he does really good as a winger, and we'll see what happening in the next couple of weeks and months. But right now we have to give credit for that first line for Montreal Canadiens. They continue to perform every single game in the last 6 games for the Montreal Canadiens. Move on now, guys. My next subject of the day. My next subject, guys, is about the Cold FRENCHY whiteboard. Remember, couple of weeks ago, I did a video about the power play for Montreal. Here, I'm going to show to you a pattern Martin St. Louis teach for the players during a face-off and neutral zone. I'm sure they study how Detroit react when they lose the puck in neutral zone. So let's see, guys, how this works, and you're going to see how HOFFMAN scored a goal. First of all, DVORAK with Gallagher and HOFFMAN, and you have Cooley and Savard. The first thing happening, guys, is DVORAK win the face-off right here. And the puck go back to Savard. At that moment, when this happening, we have some movement here. Cooley is going to go all the way here at the same time, and then he's going to get the pass from Savard to Cooley. When this happening, everybody is moving, guys. First of all, DVORAK is going to be on the straight to the blue line over there. I'm going to bring now DVORAK over there. At the same time, Gallagher going to go above Savard. So he's going to do an option passing to the dots, go up over there. So Gallagher, that's what he does. He follow this line, come back right here. One I forgot to move up is Savard. Savard was supposed to be here for another option. What Hoffman does, he comes to the middle of the ice, guys, for the option passing from goalie. So he's coming down a little bit. He crossed Gallagher, and he's coming back up right here for the option passing. So Hoffman, he follow right away here. So he become right here. At that moment, Coley look all the option passing. They play, Detroit play a 1-2-2 trap zone at this moment. Now, Coley, what he does, he passes the puck to Hoffman. Right here. Now, what happening at the same time is Gallagher, right here, is going to go up here. I'm going to bring his number right here. Now, Hoffman is going to skate with the puck a little bit. He's going to cross the red line. When he go through the red line, guys, he's going to create a pass to DVORAK. All the way right here. So Hoffman passed to DVORAK. What DVORAK does after that, he's going to come inside the zone. Right here. With a puck. That's what he does with a puck. So you can see that move over there. That's what he does. At the same time, it's Hoffman, after they release the puck about here. What he does, he's coming out that direction over there. So what he does, after he passes the puck, he's cross over here. He turn around the dots. At the same time, Gallagher, him, he come back right here to get the pass for DVORAK. Here. We get here. Hoffman now, he become here. So that's the play. What Gallagher does after that, he's skating with the puck. Out. Right here. And now, when he's right here, Gallagher, Hoffman, he drives to the net from the outside of the goaltender. You can see at the play is coming back right here. That's Hoffman. And then you can see right now, Gallagher make a big shot on the pad of the goaltender. And then the puck go back to Hoffman. And Hoffman, after that, shoot the puck in the net. And you have a goal for the Montreal Canadiens. This is a pattern. It was at the end, guys, 3 versus 5. 5 player was in the middle of the ice of the defensive zone for Detroit. And nobody covered Hoffman. Miscommunication by the Detroit Red Wings. But this guy I want to show to you guys, it was a formation for the Montreal Canadiens. They was practice this and they study the video of Detroit Red Wings and they capitalize by the miscommunication of the Detroit Red Wings. It could happen 1, 2 times, 5 times, 7 times, 10 times before it works. And that night it works twice for the Montreal Canadiens. So I just want to share with you a whiteboard from Coach FRENCHY for the session with the Montreal Canadiens on the goal of Mike Hoffman. And let's finishing this episode with my last subject of the day. My last subject, guys, is about the preview game between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, we know Josh Anderson is back in the lineup after his 2-game suspension is done. Then we expect Tristan Jarry versus Jake Allen. And then we have Michael Pesada and Chris Whiteman out of the lineup. This is what confirmed by the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. Possibly a more other chance it could happen before the game start. I want to show you guys Montreal Canadiens by number. I love analytics, you know already that. And I want to show you something what Montreal Canadiens did so far after 14 games. First of all, the 5 versus 5 expectation. 5 versus 5 expected goal percentage. Update November 12. Montreal Canadiens right now are 25th at 46.2. The next one, it's about the goal score above expected. Montreal Canadiens at that moment are number 10. So they score plus 2.1 goal score above expectation. Then the goal save above expected. Montreal is number 3, plus 10.9 because of Montembeault and Jake Allen, their performance in the beginning of the season. The next one I want to talk about, guys, is the goal save above expected leader as an individual goaltender. Listen, Sam Montembeault guy is at the bottom at number 10, 5 plus 5. Just give you an idea how Montembeault does since the beginning of the season. We have a more graphic for you. The quality per 5 versus 5 shot attempt Montreal Canadiens are 20. That's including forward and the defenseman. The next one is about the shot attempt on net for all players for the Montreal Canadiens. Our number 4, 56.2, so it's pretty good for the Montreal on that one. But on the quality per 5 versus 5 shot attempt against, so what they give the quality is called the high danger sometime. And this Montreal Canadiens guys are number 3 at 6.8. Too many shots they gave against offensive for them. And finally, the last one I want to talk about is goal above expected leader for individual players. I want to mention this. Number 3 in NHL, he has plus 5.7. Nick Suzuki, what a great year so far he has with the Montreal Canadiens. What's my prediction? I predict Montreal win tonight, but a score 4-3 and overtime. A goal of who? Yes, you got it. This time it's going to be Cole Caulfield. So that's complete all my subject I have for you for this episode. Oh my God, we have a lot for you today, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. We talk about a trade bait, 3 surprise Montreal Canadiens, the whiteboard, and the preview game between Pittsburgh and Montreal, pie number. And that's conclude, guys, the episode number 177 of the Abs Daily News. Before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the show. Please, sharing this with your friend, tell them to subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live show and leave me a comment. I respond for each one of you, every single video. And finally, I want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you, and I wish you an amazing, great Saturday, everybody.